and welcome back. I'm Damien with Project Omnia.
I am Nicole. I am associated with no project. Fuck you.
Oh! Can't believe you're going to be a hater like that.
I mean, I visit for this one, but I myself am associated with nothing but myself. So, well, and I got a 6-year-old. That's kind of important too. Project Motherhood.
Okay, there we go. I can just be the new thing. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I bet people will love it. I almost guarantee it. So, since this is on camera, I just predicted that shit. If y'all end up loving it, I called it. But anyways, I'll shut your ugly face.
1:20 on August 2nd.
Yeah.
Damien predicted it.
Oh,
that's where we're
going. Anyways, we are here to watch and react to Demon Slayer episode 3. Now, much like with Cowboy Bebop, obviously there was a reaction to episode 1 and episode 2 that just ended up lost when I had to send my computer in to get repaired, because for whatever reason, even though I had already, with my other reactions, exported them to my external hard drive, I didn't do that with our reactions. So they got wiped out, of course, when my laptop got repaired. So
shit happens, life goes on, we all survive.
It does.
Where we're at.
Pretty much what it is. Thankfully, with Demon Slayer, it was only the first 2 episodes that will be absent. So that means...
But that does mean that you need to repeat why we're watching this. Why don't you repeat that for the camera?
What?
Your reasoning for wanting to watch this.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, it was established through the first 2 reactions that one of the biggest reasons, other than the fact that, I mean, I know this series gets a lot of attention and people love it and love reactions to it, is that it's a brother-sister story, right? I mean, that's a heavy plot point. Obviously, it's not the only plot point, but that's a major theme. I mean, our protagonist is trying to get his sister's humanity back, right? So, that was one of the biggest reasons, because, I mean, her and I, we weren't always really close, but as we became adults, obviously, childish nonsense eventually leaves, and you get closer to your siblings, and
hormones settled and we became sane human beings.
So
it became a little easier. So basically, to sum that up, he's a big fucking softie. That's what it is.
Yeah. Basically.
And I'm here for it. I'm stoked. So I am nervous as fuck because I know this thing's gonna make me break down. I just don't know when. I feel it. It's like in my soul that I know I'm gonna break down at some point on this. And this is not an easy process.
Well, it may not be, but guess what? It's gonna happen. That's why when I first brought this idea to her of doing reactions together, and she was talking about doing makeup, I was like, that's really not going to work well sometimes.
By the way, I'm just going to point out that this is the lighting. I swear my face does not actually look different color than my neck.
The lighting
I ain't that bad.
For these first 4 videos, which we're recording all on the same day, it's going to be a little weird because I've only got one light, and I learned through my other reactions that the lighting with this is just going to be weird overall with only one light. So, I mean, I'm trying a few different things to try to make it look as best as I can. But next week, or whenever she's able to get them to me, she has more lights.
And
I'm
just letting y'all know that my makeup skills are not this bad. That's what this is. I do not make my face look a different shade than my fucking neck.
But anyways, to get back on topic here.
On track.
Yeah, and what we're here for. So the first 2 episodes, I mean, everyone knows what happens. Most of what we should discuss is episode 2, after everything happens to Tanjiro's family, right? That would be the main takeaway from episode 1. And remember the protagonist's name, Tanjiro. His sister's name, Nezuko.
I'll forget that for a while.
I know. I'm not always the best with names.
Excuse me on that.
At the beginning either. But, so she was turned into a demon, her family killed, right?
An adorable fucking demon, by the way.
Most adorable.
I remember her in that fucking basket.
Must protect.
In the basket.
Must protect.
It's so cute. It's freaking adorable.
Yes. But they ran across a demon in episode 2, if you remember.
Yes.
And they ended up fighting together and defeated it. I mean, they really incapacitated
That's the one that ended
it.
up like nailed to a tree,
Yeah,
right?
yes, with the axe.
Yeah,
its
I
hair
remember
was
that.
all tangled up
Ooh.
in the axe, so it couldn't get free.
Oh yeah.
And that's how it died ultimately, was because remember the sun came out,
Yeah.
and demons can't be in sunlight, as you know.
Yeah, I remember.
But in that process, he met. I'm gonna butcher his name.
You're gonna
his
butcher
name
it.
is
Just
so
drop
hard
it
to
up.
pronounce. But Urokodaki, and he runs across him.
Mm-hmm.
And we come to find out that Gyu, the guy from the first episode, the demon slayer that tried to kill his sister, he had sent a letter to Urokodaki about Tanjiro. So that's why technically he was there. But he was there to basically get Tanjiro to come with him to basically test him on, hey, are you worthy of my training?
Right, I think I remember going up in a mountain.
Yes. He goes up a mountain and then he has to get back down. I think it was either by dawn or by dusk. It was one of those two. I think it was by dawn because I think he was up there at night. So I think it was dawn that was his limit. But he had to get back there by dawn, and the real trick was Sankonji, that's his first name. He set all these fucking crazy ass traps.
Yeah,
which of course, I mean, between the thin air, which made it hard to breathe, and then these traps, which Tanjiro is not technically trained in any type of combat or anything like that. He was a basic mountain boy helping his family survive day-to-day life, right? So you wouldn't think necessarily that it's essentially he's going to get down. He does, though, because remember, he could smell the traps. That's how he eventually
that's
adjusted.
right. Yeah, he's got that weird thing. That's right.
Yes. So, but yes, that is basically the recap. Actually, one more thing was at the very end of the episode when Urokodaki, that's when he finally says, okay, I'll be your teacher. So, that is it. But this has been a really long intro. So, I'm going to hop in to Demon Slayer episode 3 now. Government a bunch of bitches.
人間を殺して食べる。切り落とされた肉もつながり、手足を新たに生やすことも可能。傷の治りも遅く、失った手足が元に戻ることもない。
Well, thanks for that.
Well, I think it's just one of those things where you gotta kind of reinforce, right? Like, what are the rules here? So each one trains somebody for
藤笠の山で行われる最終選別で生き残らなければならない。
So don't fuck it up.
Nezuko に向けて期待。
Right now he's still doing this.
I would imagine that's just gonna take a little bit.
Right. I mean, like he said last episode, he's not really that athletic. Yeah, I would die so quickly. The only thing is that if I have this like cool ass, I can smell shit thing going on. Well, no.
難易度はどんどん上がる。これが本当に上で。手ぶらじゃなくなると罠にかかりまくってしまう。
Is that actually good exercise? Because that's.
I
mean, I don't know if it's good exercise to time.
縦の力には強いけど。 横の力には弱い。
Very true katanas. Much as I love them.
刀には力をまっすぐに乗せること。つまり刀を折ったりしたらだ。お前の骨も折るからなと。低めに脅される。
You better figure it out.
今日は転がし祭り。
Well.
どんな体勢になっても受け身を取って。 素早く起き上がる訓練。鱗滝さんは素手丸腰。でもバカみたいに強い。俺はい
いつも今日は呼吸法と型のようなものを習う。
Now breathing techniques.
全集中の呼吸。
そうだ。上半身はゆったりと、下半身はどっしり構える。よし、呼吸。
I mean, let's be honest. How many times did you try doing Super Saiyan?
Or try using instant transmission.
続いて水と一つになれと言われる。
You like water.
早く行け。
Oh damn! Oh well. Okay.
半年経
Been
つ。
asleep for 6 months.
鱗滝さんがすぐ医者を呼んで見せてくれたけど異常はなくて、そう考えない日はない。
Fuck that noise. No,
死ぬかもしれないと何度も。
no. I would know it. Nope, I'm dead. Oh fuck. Nope.
At least you got a sword though. It's better.
Yeah, don't break it.
もう教えることはない。
さぎり山に来て1年後、突然言われた。
この岩を切れたら最終選別に行くのを許可する。
Excuse you? That motherfucker's gone.
Yep.
それから
He said
Nice
he was
little
no
shit again.
angel.
You gotta do it again.
半年経っても岩は
Now
消え
6
なかった。
months.
俺
The
は
whole
焦る。
following year.
Ooh.
足りない。
Ooh.
まだ鍛錬が足りないんだ。
So we're like, what, a year and 6 months into this now?
Yeah, I think so. Or just a year.
Well, he said a year had passed since he arrived there whenever that guy told him
禰
that
豆子はあ
there's
の
no
まま
one to
死
teach
ぬの
him.
か。
Oh,
And
yeah.
now we're at 6 months.
You're
く
right.
じけそう。負けそう。
And that bitch still sleeping.
うるさい。
Fashion is that a
Oh, Jesus.
男がわめくな。見苦しい。男に生まれたなら。
Dude. Rude.
Get good.
弱い。未熟。そんなものは男ではない。
急に何するんだ。
お前の方こそ何をしている。さあ、かかってこい。
でも君は木刀で、俺は真剣だ。
Puts him on.
心の底から安心しろ。俺はお前より強い。岩を切ってるからな。
I'll see why he's wearing that particular
Fox mask.
mask. Yeah. Quick.
お前の体は何も分かってない。1年半もの間何をやっていた。骨の髄まで叩き込むんだ。
やってる。毎日やって必死で。でも全然ダメなんだ。
お前の力を見せてみろ。
No. No. Oh. You're out. You're knocked out.
Upward slash.
さっきの見たか。すごい一撃だった。無駄な動きが少しもない。本当に綺麗だった。あんな風になりたい。俺もなれるかな。あんな風に。
きっとなれるよ。私が見てあげるもの。
可愛らしい。君は誰だろう。その女の子はマコモと言った。あの少年はサビトだと教えてくれた。 さらにマコモは俺の悪いところを指摘してくれた。
Well, that was nice of her.
無駄な動きをしているところや癖がついてるのを直してくれる。
Yeah, well, you think they just
黒
appeared
子
the
滝
fuck
さん
out
が
front.
大好きなんだ。
二人は兄弟ではない。孤児だったのを鱗滝さんが育てたそうだ。
子供たちは他にもまだいるんだよ。
マコモは少し変わった子だった。言うことがふわふわしている。
心臓の鼓動を
Why
速く
is
す
she
るの。
like?
It's
そ
just
したら
すごく
it's
体
got
温
all
が
those
上がって
Japanese
人
things.
間のまま鬼のように強くなれるの。
So
よく
basically,
わからない。
brief
どうやったらできるか。
way to jack yourself up. Still getting stopped.
半年経つまで。
2 fucking years, kid.
Yeah. Long boy. Yes. Long hair. Yes.
Oh my god.
その日、俺が挑みに行くと、サビトは真剣を持っていて、半年でやっと、より強く、より速い方が勝つ。
Okay, duh. Oh, Jesus.
一瞬で勝負が決まった。この日、この瞬間初めて、俺の歯が先にサビトに届いた。俺が勝った時、サビトは笑った。泣きそうな、嬉しそうな。
炭治郎、よくやったね。今のを忘れないで。勝ってね、炭治郎。あいつにも。
気づくとサビトは消えていて、サビトの面を切ったはずの俺の刀は岩を切っていた。
I'm so confused. But okay.
Understand that is to understand something about Japanese culture, and anyone that knows more than me, feel free to correct me down below, because I'm sure like small minor things about what I'm about to say I'm probably going to get wrong. But so the boulder, you notice how I had that giant rope
Yeah.
around it and the shit hanging from it, right? That's like a I think it's like a way to like honor the dead. It's like a well, no, it's more like containing spirits, right?
Okay.
So containing the dead, and like that helps them rest or something. Like, again, anyone can correct me and make that sound more coherent than I just did, but so that kind of gives away,
Yeah.
right there, that those two were definitely people that had been dead, right? So that's kind of where that comes from.
Okay.
Again, I mean, I'm not going to look it up just because that would take time, but someone will correct me, trust me. Eventually, a comment will come along where someone will be like, this is what it means. Because, I mean, you'll see a lot of Japanese culture stuff in this. Like, another thing that was big in this was when Sabito first showed up. Obviously, I'm sure you noticed in the dialogue a lot, especially because I'm sure it annoyed you personally. Was he was talking about, how to be a man. You know.
Yeah.
I know that's why you were silent. Because you didn't have nothing nice to say.
I know, but in the same context, it's a certain time frame and a certain culture, and it's like.
Well, yeah, and that's just what it is. Like, that's how the Japanese view it. And I agree with them to a degree. Like, because one of my base things is just reality is what reality is. And to, like, survive, like, the way that Sabito was describing you need to be as a man, that's how we literally survived long enough to get to where we are now. And so it's one of those ingrained things, right? And so me as a dude, I personally agree with it. It's not to be like, oh, you can't have these other like character traits and things like that. It's just who you are as a person and like how you go about it. You should carry yourself in a certain way, right? And it's not that you always do, but you try to do so.
Right.
I mean, it's no different than how anyone else tries to live their life. But, so this was just more training. We got 2 years of time skip, right?
Yeah.
Well, 2 years of training in the episode. There was time skipped. But, it was... Nezuko hasn't, at least for those first 6 months, we know she didn't wake up. We didn't really see her after that, after San Konji brought in the doctor to check on her. But, I mean, I would assume that she's not awake.
I don't think she's awake. You already know, but...
Right.
Yeah. Dig.
Well, I'm sorry, I watched this as it aired. So... And we should finish this in enough time that before season 2 gets here, we'll be able to react to season 2 as it airs.
Okay.
So, because I'm sure we'll get a season 2. There's a movie coming out in 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. It's been done since this came out last year. It ended before the new year. Yeah?
Fuck this year.
But,
Over it.
I mean, we got a lot. It was just all training, right?
Yeah.
And by the end of it, it sliced the boulder. I mean, did you like it?
Yeah, no, I did. I was just thrown off by the...
You
The
were
other
so busy
characters.
trying to grasp certain things.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've done that before too.
Yeah.
We all have. That's one of the things that can be a little more difficult, especially while we're doing this.
I'm just wondering if he's going to keep the hair.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know, but I'm not going to tell you.
Right.
Especially because we're going to watch the next episode right after this anyways. And speaking of, I mean, that's pretty much our reaction review. I know it wasn't much of a review, but we will see you in the next video. Peace.